Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 27th. I'd like to bring this regular town board meeting to order by first standing and saying a pledge to the flag, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board members, before you leave tonight, I need you to sign some things, and I need to make a copy of your driver's licenses for insurance reasons. Banking reasons, sorry. At this point in time, is there any public comments or questions on agenda items only? Seeing nobody approaching the podium, we'll get right into the reports of Recreational Department and Highway. Our highway superintendent is away. He's not able to be with us tonight, but his report is that the work is continuing on the ridge roads, the dirt of the ridge, Chestnut Ridge area, as well as Cart Road. There still is some work to be done, additional work that they didn't truly plan for, but they are maintaining and fixing the drainage, as well as getting the roads that are scheduled to be resurfaced this year, along with the roads that are going to be done after the drainage problems are done. That's all being scheduled, and he thanks his guys, his crew, and his secretary for everything that they do. So that is on behalf of our Highway Superintendent, Jason Sartori. I believe, Councilman Murphy, you have a recreation report tonight?
I do. Comments from Julie Muncy, our rec coordinator. Friday, July 29th, Dover High School Guitar Club will be performing under the pavilion, Boys Park Pavilion between 6 and 8. Day camp is going very well. We have over 100 kids. Hope to finish out the next couple of weeks with the same amount of kids. The playground group starts on August 15th, going through the 26th. If anyone still needs childcare, we're open from 8:30 to 4 p.m. This program is a modified version of day camp. We accept up to 30 kids. The summer theater will be on Frozen Junior. Will be on Friday, August 4th at 7 p.m. and Saturday 2 to 7 at the middle school auditorium. On August 18th, we have a free concert and bonfire at Boyce Park starting at 6:30. Another great performance by Tim Urban. Looking forward to seeing all come out and enjoy a good night. We'll also be having some food vendors there as well. Next week, they'll be wrapping up the Summer Flag Foot League. Okay.
Football league.
She has Foot League. But that's okay. Football League. We had over 20 kids in the program, and I wanted to thank David Green for taking this on. Finally, Dover Community Day is on Saturday, September 17th, starting at 1 o'clock. If anyone is interested in being a vendor or would like additional information regarding booths, please go to the website and download the forms. We are still accepting donations towards this great event. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to the Recreation Office at 845-832-9168. Lastly, she has here a big thanks to Paula, Dodie, Sean, and Paul, and the entire day camp staff. A job well done. Going through camp is crazy enough, and needless to say, it's busy, and she can't thank them enough. And that's the rec report from Julie.
Good. Thank you, Jay. Along with the rec report, we're going to continue a discussion. I wish Julie could be here, but she couldn't be here tonight. But she is, I have had a meeting with her on this. We're going to reopen the discussion on the proposal that herself and the Rec Commission Chair brought to us last month on the equestrian ring and trail improvements. I've sat back, I've thought about this thing, I've talked to a few of you, and we got some opinions that night after the presentation. And after looking into some things and crunching some numbers and reaching out to other towns that have this in their towns. I approached Julie, we had a lengthy discussion, and it's my opinion and my feelings that the best choice for this town, from the business point of view, as well as the best interest, is I think we ought to steer away from the ring aspect of this proposal itself. I think I'm okay with, and I agree with, and I support the trail aspect of the proposal. We already have them with some light work and very little bit of expense. We can reestablish the trails and at the same time repurpose the old existing material that is at the ring that they propose to use anyway, correct, Jay?
Yes.
And reestablish our trail with the obstacles, with the jumps and everything else. And I would be more than willing to support that aspect of the proposal, meaning the trails and the trails only. I would ask the commission to consider the money that they offered up to do the horse ring and to put with the town ARP money that they asked for, but to take the commission capital fund money that they were offering up for the ring and put it into the trails, which is at minimal cost. That's my opinion. I think that was some of the discussion that we had since last meeting amongst ourselves. We did leave the discussion open. I asked the board members to come back this month with an opinion or just a flat-out decision on their part. That's my point of view. I do have one other request to add with that. Everybody's, we all understand that we flag the calls from the residents, we flag the calls from the organizations and the leagues that use our recreational properties, is mainly the Wingdale one is the Little League. And the one thing that we do get asked about is the distance and the type of facilities that we offer to them, such as bathrooms. And that actually was a concern from one of the board members in the discussion. So what I would also ask is the original bathrooms that we have in the center of the park, they have never been redone or refurbished since the damage years ago. We maintain the ones out by the garage, which are used by the soccer players and the parents and spectators for over there. And then we rent out porta pots for the Little League. What I would ask the commission and what I have asked Julie, I will ask Julie, is that the commission would also refurb and redo the two original bathrooms in the center of the rec park for the public to use during business hours throughout the week and special or big events weeknights or weekends. And with that, I would ask them not to use a general purpose commercial type fixture. I'm going to ask them to put in the institutional / prison type fixtures, which are stainless steel and encase all the hardware and plumbing. If they're going to get destroyed this time, somebody's going to have to work at it. And that is the reason why we don't waste money when people destroy our stuff and property. But that's what I'm going to ask the commission. That's what I'm going to ask Julie. I have asked Julie. But I would fully support the commission to pay for the trails and the redoing of the original bathrooms. Any discussion, Councilwoman Jackson?
No. I think it's a good idea.
You're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Maluda.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I also spoke with Julie briefly, and I think that's the best course of action right now. And also with the bathrooms, I totally support the prison-type fixtures. They're a lot more, durable. Not that we have people that are going to damage them, but they do get damaged, and it's the right course to take that.
Councilman Murphy.
Yeah, I actually think it's good thinking on the rec part, thinking outside the box. I applaud them for coming up
Absolutely.
with an idea, something like this.
Yep.
I just don't think that we're ready for that kind of a commitment for the park at this time. Rich says we have other needs. We all know those needs. Bathrooms is a big component of that. Getting this done first and then taking a look at where we go from there. We started, we have a beautiful park, no doubts about it. I just think at this particular time that we have to concentrate our efforts elsewhere. And we're doing the right thing.
What I will add to that, and I gave Julie my word, is that the piece of property where the rink sits now, once that is cleaned up and maintained, I told her that I would support leaving that alone until we see if and when or where the equestrian type idea goes. So if we see that it works, and we see that it can expand and be both profitable and grow from what we have as the trails, then maybe we can re-entertain the topic of the
Well, this is
ring.
going to be the test. This is
It
gonna
will be the test.
Now the word is out that something
Correct.
is available for the horses. Now, it's up to the people who have those horses to utilize what they have.
Utilize what they have, spread the word. But I feel I could totally go with 100% and agree to keep that space open
Agreed.
after we see what this does for the first two
No.
quarters or three of this year and next.
We have bigger fish to fry.
Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Good compromise.
Now, with that, they proposed it as using ARP money. So we have a committee of elected officials and financial department staff here for our ARP money committee. With that, we are going to use that money instead of going that route, and we're going to pull back a little bit on a different route that we wanted to take. We are going to give the money back to the town and put it back into our properties. Her proposal is this. She will, I forgot my list. She's going to resurface the basketball courts. We will resurface one tennis court. We will resurface but redo the second tennis court and turn that into 4 pickleball courts, which are very successful in other towns, because I did look into that as well. They're used all the time. Our neighbor south of us, Pauling, they're always having people on it. So we're going from 2 tennis courts to 1, resurfacing both, but one will be relined into 4, out of 1 tennis court, 4 pickleball courts. So the tennis courts, the basketball courts,
Bathrooms.
Okay.
that's going to be commission money, ARP money. And, and put work into redoing some of our infields, our soccer field, and our baseball fields. And you'll hear later on a resolution to hopefully do some security work down there as well.
Long overdue.
And, one last thing, replace the gazebo that had to be taken down because it was deteriorated and leading us to a dangerous situation. So my building department inspectors, as well as workers, condemned it, and we tore it down. Not because people were ruining it, not because of the graffiti that was on social media, because we felt it was unsafe and beyond fixing, to the point where it was going to cost us almost as much money and time as it would to replace it. So that is where we are going to realign some monies, and correct me if I'm wrong, Madam Clerk, but it was unanimous that day that we would agree to that.
Certainly.
Okay?
Yep.
Phew, that was a lot.
A lot going on down
But we're all good with the trails. We're all good with
Yeah.
leaving the space open. We're good with asking the commission to do the bathrooms again, and hopefully use them regularly instead of walking 300 yards, which is the complaint we get, and resurfacing our courts and our soccer and baseball fields. Good to go?
Good to go.
Okay. Jay, you can let Julie know that we are good with all of that.
Call her
Please.
right now.
Text her right now. Report of the board. Councilwoman Jackson, you want to start us off?
Okay, the library has summer programs still continuing for all ages if anybody wants to participate. The school had its reorganization meeting for the new financial year. in July, and has asked that if anybody has a student starting at elementary, middle school, or high school, or in sports, please check for open houses at the school, check the website, or call the school.
Thank you. Councilman Maluta.
I have no report at this time.
Okay. Councilman Murphy.
Just two things, one for rec and one for planning. Both of them kind of go hand in hand. Just everybody that sits on the board for the recreation department, the board for planning, and everybody that's involved, thank you for doing such a good job. You guys are doing a great job, and we're seeing things progress in the town. So just keep up the good work.
That it, buddy?
That's it.
Okay. Our deputy could not be here at this time. He is running late. If he has a report and he is able to make it, we'll ask if he'd like to give it, or he can submit it in writing. As for myself, yeah, I have a few things. It's been a very busy year so far. We're a little more than halfway through the year. Our comprehensive plan, which you all heard last month, was submitted. You'll hear some discussion about it later on. We've been working very hard. Our summer camp, as Jay stated, has been very busy. Our rec department is second to none in my eyes, and with what they have to deal with each and every day from July through August, it just gets crazy and chaotic. I was able to go down there the first week, and they earn their money for the time that they put in and what they deal with, so I thank each and every one of them. If you have heard already, or more later on the improvements we plan on doing to our rec parks and our properties, such as the additions we plan on, the security, what you'll hear about. Our new pavilion is completed at the JHK property in Dover, a new set of steps for our seniors, our residents, and the members of our American Legion Hall. You'll hear some more talk about that later on, we're hoping to do, along with some new playground equipment, and of course the gazebo, which I discussed. We're bringing back many uses of our property in Wingdale, the horse riding trails you've heard about, which are already there, some maintenance and grooming, and we'll bring them back. Again, there's some options for recreational activities for our residents and our visitors, like Jay said. It's up to the people now to start advertising that this is what Dover has, and that's what'll make it work. We can, no pun intended, we can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to expand our programs, expand our properties, add to our properties, and that's what we're trying to do. Katie Palmer House works hard on the grants that we receive. And a lot of this stuff that you hear tonight or have heard in the last few months has been done with grant money and ARP money. We do everything we can to keep the town taxpayer money at a minimum, all right? We work hard at that, and we consider and think about everything. The work at the town hall, which I have talked about the last couple months, we're now in second and third phases. Now we're going to other 2, 3, 4 weekends in a row, establishing our new trails that will extend from the Stone Church property south into the Seven Wells property. He's working hand in hand with people. He's worked with the previous owner. He's gone out with them. He's working with Duchess Land. We're getting it done. That's now the town and the county's properties to explore and to use and to enjoy. All right, he's working diligently on that. The town, the ARP committee and town officials, we've put out a survey to all the town and local businesses to go along with our comprehensive plan. We as a town are developing a small business and nonprofit marketing, branding, and economic development plan. We hope to pull it out and put it in place in early of 2023. It's all stuff that we as a board need to do. A lot of this wasn't done in the past, and we're doing it. We're working for each and every one of you, because there's some doubters out there. And what we tell you each and every month is what we get done, and this is what we're getting done. Along with all of that, we're now speccing out and dealing with our builders for a new highway garage to replace the older garage and salt barn buildings that were there and connected together at one time. Our highway department contains and continues to work in drainage issues that I talked about up on the ridge and our cart roads, and they're getting ready to resurface several roads in this town. And again, all of this was done with grant money, ARP money, or FEMA money in some cases with highway, or well planned out budgets. All right? Another big project is the Nellie Hill Bridge. Our engineer, Joe Berger, is here tonight. We're working diligently each and every week to get this done. This was a project that's been on the back burner since before myself and before Jason. All right, I was on the board, and this project has been put on the back burner several times in the last 8 to 10 years. We have turned over grant money, we have redistributed budget money for this project, and it never got done. Well, this year, we're planning on getting it done. Joe is working his tail off trying to get this accomplished for us so we can do it before the snow flies. All right? That is just another thing that we need to do. And another big thing that happened just in the last couple weeks, myself, your town clerk, Katie Palmerhouse, and Councilwoman Susan Jackson, we went out a couple months ago now, and spoke publicly the redistricting of our county legislator maps. All right, District 24, which is our district. The proposal was to split your town of Dover in half and no longer be represented by one. It would have been represented by two, but they didn't split it in half north and south. They went east and west, and they drew the line, we're going to say, right around the high school. So from the high school north, you would have had a representative at this point in time who lives in Pine Plains. Nothing wrong with the gentleman. I'd have no problem working with him. Good guy. Puts the residents in the towns he represents first. Don't have a problem with it. But from the high school south, you would have another representative. Now the town of Dover is dealing with two. And for the past 20 years, close to 20 years, if not more, we've had one representative with a little piece of Unionville under his belt, or under their belt, okay? So we went and we spoke against this. We told them how we would like to work with just one representative. It's somebody you know because it's somewhat local or just over the town line. You know these people. We're a community. So the three of us went out and spoke. We were talked about at the legislative meetings, I understand. We were called and said thank you for the way we presented ourselves and for what the three of us said that night. And I'm happy to say that the decision was made to keep Dover as one district. We lost a little bit of Unionville, and we gained a little bit of Pauling. For whatever reason, it's all in the whatever. But we kept Dover whole. So we're still represented by our county representative, Alan Sermon, at this point in time. And it'll change, I believe, at the next election for that position, which is actually next year. It's up for re-election. So I'm proud of that. We fought it. We made phone calls. We wrote letters. We read, material that we brought and wrote ourselves that night, and we stood up for what we thought was right. So I thank you two ladies for going out there with me that night, and we represented Dover, and I think we represented it well. And when Dover spoke that night, I think they heard it, and it's obvious because they kept it one district. So I thank you all for that. That's all I have. Anybody else? Joe, you want to speak on anything? We're good? Okay. Council, anything?
Yep.
Katie?
Nope.
All right, we'll move on. We'll go into resolutions. All right. Resolution to authorize and approve consent agenda items. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby approve the following items for consideration and adoption on the July 27, 2022 Town Board regular meeting consent agenda. Authorize payment of abstract number 7 of 2022 in the amount of $416,648.94. Approve the town clerk's report for June 2022. Approve the town clerk's minutes for the town board meeting of June 29th, 2022, and approve the town supervisor's financial report for June 2022. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Murphy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing use of Dover Town Hall for primary polling site. Whereas Dutchess County Board of Elections has requested use of Dover Town Hall on August 18th, 2022, and August 19th, 2022, for use as a polling site for the primary elections. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the Dutchess County Board of Elections use of Dover Town Hall on August 18th and August 19th for a primary election. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor to execute all necessary paperwork with Dutchess County Board of Elections in connection with the use of Dover Town Hall as a polling site on August 18th, 2022 and August 19th, 2022 for primary polling elections for the primary election. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Jackson. Any discussion?
Supervisor, in the agreement, it actually is that the primary election is the 23rd, and the machines will be coming on the 18th, 19th. I can just make that
Okay.
as a clerical change.
3 days?
No, just one day.
It's the one?
Primary
The
being the
primary
23rd.
is the August 23rd.
Sure, in your handout,
Okay.
it's page 4.
All right, so let me just state that in the discussion period. The paperwork came in stating the 18th and 19th, but the actual primary day is August 23rd. Okay? The resolution will be changed to reflect that. Primary day is August 23rd, and polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., I believe. Yes,
It has here 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
okay. That's the workers, though.
That's the workers
That's
as
the
well,
workers.
so-
So we will get the word out closer to that to help correct any mistakes or any miscommunications that we have. I'm sorry for that. Primary day is August 23rd. Everybody okay with the change to the resolution? We still in favor?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Supervisor, can I just ask you, we took the budget transfers and amendments out of the consent agenda. So on your document, if you just go one more up towards the agenda,
Want me to read it?
yes.
Okay.
Because they were substantial this month.
Yep.
We were asked to read it.
No problem. Resolution authorizing the budget transfers, budget amendments, payment of off-abstract purchase orders, and prior abstracts amendments. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the following budget transfers. 2022 budget from line A 1990.4.400 to line A 1930.4.400 in the amount of $8,573.44. From line A 1355.4.400 to line A 1440.4.400 in the amount of $3,250. From line D 9060.8.000 to line D 5110.4.400 in the amount of $14,000. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby accepts receipt of the following unanticipated revenues and authorizes the following budget amendments. Dover Day donations and vendor fees received 6/25/2022 through 7/26 of 2022. Increase revenue account A 2705001 for $3,900. Increase revenue act account A 2089002 $120. Increase expenditure account A 7550.4.401 to $4,020. 2022 escrow activity 6/25/22 through 7/26 of 2022, increase revenue account A 2115410 by $10,067.02. Increase the expenditure account A 8020.4.410, $10,067.02. Dutchess County 2021 MIG grant reimbursable. Increase revenue account H1 2706 000 $75,000 and increase the expenditure account H1 7140.2.200 $75,000. General fund interfund transfer for use of fund balance. Increase revenue account H1 5031 000 to $78,931.57. Increase expenditure account H17140.2.200, $78,931.37, sorry. Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the following budget amendments for use of fund balance, purpose, amount, fund, revenue, and expense accounts listed below. John Deere backhoe loader, $126,397.74, increased to D 5130.2.200 and D 9999000. Park swings, $16,421, increased to A 7140.2.200 and A 9999000. Sand Pro and accessories, $22,519.72, increased to A 7140.2.200 and A 9999000. Park Pavilion, $78,931.57, increased to A 9950.9.000 and A 999000. Additional funds of $50,000 from Dutchess County MIG 2021 grant. Obviously, some of that was equipment that we just took possession of, delivery of, I should say, and other projects that went on. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion?
Yeah, should that be that fund transfer balance? That's up on the screen now. Not that we're gonna blow the budget away, but 20 cents,
57 or 37,
57 and 37?
I'll
the bottom.
I'll confirm it with the bookkeeper and
20
make
cents.
that
We're not
it's,
gonna blow the budget
that
out.
it's
Look,
equal.
okay.
to make everything.
Okay. Sure.
The correct amount will be put back into the record, whether it's 57 or 37. Any other discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Polling site we did. Resolution of intent of town board to declare lead agency under seeker for comprehensive plan update. Whereas the town board of the town of Dover has been provided with a copy of the proposed updated Town of Dover Comprehensive Plan prepared by the Town of Dover Comprehensive Plan Committee. And whereas the town board determines that said action is classified as a type 1 action under the State Environmental Quality Review seeker regulations, and whereas the town board determines that said action is also said to review and approval by other involved agencies under seeker regulations, and whereas the town board determines that it is the most appropriate agency to ensure the coordination of this action and will provide written notification to involved agencies for the purpose of conducting a coordinated review and making the determination of significance thereon under the seeker regulations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town board does hereby declare its intent to be designated as lead agency for this action. Be it further resolved that the town clerk and the town of Dover zoning planning secretary is authorized and directed to provide notice hereof to the involved and interested agencies seeking their agreement or objection thereto in writing on or before 30 calendar days from the mailing of this notification. I'll entertain a motion.
No, second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Jackson. Any discussion? Council, any first?
This is just the first step in the secret process that's required in order to adopt the new comprehensive plan. We will circulate this notice with an environmental assessment form, and that will start a 30-day clock, and we'll see if we get any objection to the town board being lead agency on this secret determination.
Any other discussion? No? This is a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just one step closer. So I appreciate all the hard work, everybody involved, Marilyn, especially you're here tonight. Thank you very, very much. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Sorry, I haven't been saying that. Resolution amending Resolution 1302022 for 2022 summer seasonal employees. Whereas on June 29th, 2022, the Town Board of the Town of Dover passed Resolution Number 1302022, and whereas Resolution Number 1302022 incorrectly listed the hourly rate for the position of Water Safety Instructor at $33.33 per hour, when the correct hourly rate should have been listed at $25 per hour. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby amend the hourly rate of the position of Water Safety Instructor contained in the Resolution 1302022 to $25 for the position of Water Safety Instructor for the 2022 summer season. Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carried. Resolution authorizing hiring of additional seasonal employees. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the hiring of the following additional 2022 summer seasonal employees for the Town of Dover Day Camp. Junior Counselor Mariah Dutcher, $12 per hour. Junior Counselor Jack Slattery, $12 per hour. Playground Program Ethan Stickle, $12.50 per hour from August 15th through the 26th. Playground Program Aaron Muncy, $12.50 per hour, August 15th through the 26th. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing purchase of security system at Boyce Park from ARPA funds. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the purchase and installation of a security system equipment for use at Boyce Park in the amount of $5,085 from A&R Security Incorporated of Poughkeepsie, New York. And be it further resolved that payment shall be made from ARPA funds received by the Town of Dover. And be it further resolved that the necessary budget modifications in an amount of $5,085 to amend the 2022 budget by an increase to revenue account A4089001 and increase the expenditure account A1620420 for use of ARPA funds is hereby authorized. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by Maluta. Discussion. This was,
Long time
this was a,
coming.
Yeah.
this was a topic of the discussion earlier when we discussed the rec projects that would be taking place. Again, this is a long time coming, and, hopefully down the road, God forbid anything happens, we can put some faces to the damage. Any other discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried.
Can I ask a quick question on it? It just popped into my head.
Yep.
Just one thing. The monitoring of it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna be responsible?
It
And-
records, it's kind of like the firehouses, it records as it goes, and if something happens, you can trace back within the system and watch it.
So is it gonna be stored at the park?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep. The firehouse has a very similar system, and, we can rewind it back. It was simple but adequate for
Yeah.
what we felt.
Okay.
Right. And she proposed it last week, 2 weeks ago, and we're good with it. What we did is we added a third view down there. It started out at 2, and we added a third view to cover part of the project we discussed earlier, which is the redoing of the bathrooms. So it'll now have that area and the playground better covered.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Right. Yep. Resolution authorizing release of performance bond. Whereas Contact Construction Technology Incorporated of Carmel, New York, posted a performance bond in the amount of $117,635 in connection with the JHK Park Pavilion construction project. Whereas the work of Contact Construction Incorporated in connection with the JHK Park Pavilion construction project pursuant to the terms of their scope of work. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the release of the performance bond in the amount of $117,635 to Contact Construction Technology Incorporated in connection with the JHK Park Pavilion construction project. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by House, seconded by Murphy. Any discussion? Good. Seeing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing acceptance of the 2022 Dutchess County MIG Grant Award and authorization to advertise for bids. Whereas the Town of Dover applied and has been awarded a 2022 Dutchess County MIG grant in the amount of $40,000 for the construction of a concrete stairway with handles to create a safe connection from the parking lot to the entrance of the town library and American Legion building. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby accept a 2022 Dutchess County MIG grant in the amount of $40,000 for the construction of a concrete stairway at the American Legion building. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the town clerk to advertise for sealed bids in the official newspaper of the Town of Dover for the 2022 Dutchess County MIG grant project. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by House, seconded by Jackson. Discussion?
Is this the wheelchair ramp too, or that's,
No.
no, it's just
This
the
is
just the
coming
stairs?
from the parking area at the plaza going down to the entry of the American Legion.
Gotcha.
Is this a sealed bid, or can we go to RFP for this? Is it a bid or
It's about
40,000?
35,000, so, yeah.
sealed bid? 35, yeah. I'm, kind of two different ways you could do this. In either kind of in a precast setup.
Yeah.
Or, or just a full-on pour. And that's, something that we'll have to kind of get with Joe on and just kind of really make sure that we're doing the right way. You know, those precast steps are kind of meant for kind of something with a steep grade.
Yeah.
So having that, considering the situation there and that it's a very extended kind of, area with a very kind of, the grade is not great either. So, there may be some advantages to just having that all just poured.
Yeah.
Versus,
Yeah,
a
put forms up
precast
and have
step
it
and then
poured, yeah.
kind of a sidewalk area and then another precast. Or
You know where we're talking about, Joe?
a couple different ways that we could do that and pour in place. That's what the
Yeah,
word
you
that I
build
was
the
looking for.
frame and pour it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus the time where, the delay getting precast today.
Very difficult, yeah,
Getting concrete delivered is bad.
yeah.
We'll have to write the spec the way we feel it should go, right?
So we'll link up on that, Joe, and
Yeah,
we'll go
definitely.
from there. Great.
Anybody else? Along with that, I'd like to congratulate and thank again our town clerk, Katie Palmer House. Once again,
Another grant.
another grant, another grant.
Another 40 thou.
Again, ladies and gentlemen out there,
40 thou.
you hear the numbers and what we receive each and every time we do, and just in the JHK property alone, I think we're 300 plus in grant money. So thank you very, very much. She does a phenomenal job, and any ball player would kill for that average. But along with that, anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Resolution accepting resignation of a member of the Town of Dover Conservation Advisory Council. Whereas the Town of Dover has received the resignation of Town of Dover Conservation Advisory Council member Stancy Duhamel, effective July 15th, 2022. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby accept the resignation of Stancy Duhamel as member of the Town of Dover Conservation Advisory Council effective July 15th, 2022. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Brought by Murphy, seconded by House. Discussion.
Thank you.
Exactly. I'd like to thank Stancy for her time, her devotion, her enthusiasm. She has served on a couple committees in this town. She was a big part of our comprehensive plan for a long time, and she had to step down for that. And she served on this board for as long as I've been on the town board, so that's 12 years plus. But I thank her for her time, and again, for everything she's contributed, and she still sends us information on future projects that might want to come to Dover. She is still continuously looking out for the town of Dover and helping us out any way she can. So I thank her for that. Any other discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing the hiring of a town constable. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Dover does hereby authorize the hiring of Amelia Pecan to the position of town constable at the hourly rate as listed in the 2022 Town of Dover adopted budget, effective July 28th, 2022. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by House, seconded by Murphy. Discussion. Myself, confidential secretary Lizette Martinez, conducted an interview today with Ms. Pacone. She is very highly qualified. She is proficient in speaking, reading, and writing Spanish, which will help our people in our constables during court and everything else. And she will also be helping out in the absence of our dog warden. She is certified, she actually works at this point in time for the Dutchess County SPCA. She is certified in animal rights and laws and the going out and the retrieving of dogs, which is what our code covers, dogs. And again, she just came across very well. She's very qualified. And my recommendation from myself and as well as Secretary Martinez is to hire this young lady. Any discussion, any further discussion?
Welcome aboard.
Okay? All right. Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing a letter of support for the Village of Pauling Consolidated Funding application for update to their comprehensive plan. Whereas the Village of Pauling has made application for a consolidated funding application for their Smart Growth Community Planning and Zoning Grant for the development and comprehensive plan and has requested a letter of support from the Town of Dover. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby authorize the Town Supervisor to execute a letter in support of the Village of Pauling's consolidated funding application for a grant to assist with their comprehensive plan. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluda, seconded by Jackson. Discussion. The village board and mayor reached out and asked if we would just show a sign of support. You know, we're neighbors. We have supported the town of Pauling and other endeavors, such as a training facility for their fire district. It's just, I felt it was just a neighborly, good thing to do. We all try to work together, no matter what it comes down to in times of need or in good or bad. I did reach out to some employees here and an elected official on what they felt, and they absolutely said it's just good sign. It's just good things. So any other discussion on that? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Okay. Now it's going to be a resolution now.
Just wrote it.
Okay. Okay, last one. I don't think it's in here. No. It's a resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute consulting agreement with AKRF for the Nellie Hill Bridge Project application. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor to execute a consulting agreement with AKRF Incorporated for seeker consulting services in connection with the Nellie Hill Bridge Project application at a cost not to exceed $13,750. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by House, seconded by Murphy. Joe, you want to add anything to that? It's just something that needs to be done.
This is, nothing, yeah, this is what DEC's scope of work, cost from us to proceed with the
Well, like we explained earlier, this is a project that has been put off several times over the years. Money has been reallocated and taken away from this project to do other things by previous leaders in this town, and we found it necessary to get this done and hopefully before the snow flies. So that's why we're trying to move on this. And Joe, I thank you for the extra time and effort on this deal. Any other discussion?
Supervisor?
Yes.
In the agreement, there was a possible $250 add-on. So in the budget amendments for tonight, the bookkeeper put it in the amount of $14,000 just to be able to
$14,000?
cover that. So if it's all right, I'll make that change from $13,750 to $14,000.
Council, we're good with that?
That's fine.
Okay. Everybody else agree with that? We'll make the change to the resolution from 13,750 to 14,000?
Great.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. I think we already did that. At this point in time, are there any public comments? Seeing no public comments, I'd like to move that we go into executive session and not to return to the dais to discuss personnel issues and litigation, pending litigation. I have a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and second to enter into executive session. But before I close that, the upcoming meetings are Wednesday, August 31st, 2022, and then Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. All in favor of entering executive session not to return? Aye. Any opposed? Executive session. Thank you. Have-